Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'll talk about one of my favorite writers, Vikram Seth. So his most famous work, A Suitable Boy, was published in the summer of '93. So it is now 31 years since the publication of that book. It's a book that is talked about a lot. So I thought I will share my thoughts with you guys, give you a context of how this book came to be written. So this book, A Suitable Boy, uh, it's available on Amazon and you can buy it from bookstore. At more than 1000 pages, it is one of the longest novels of English language. And when it came out in '93, that was pre-social media, pre-internet age, and I still remember there was a lot of excitement in India when the book was published, and the excitement centered around two things. One was the phenomenal advance that Vikram Seth had got for this novel. He was paid reportedly an amount of 1.5 crores, which was a huge amount for that time. And second was the length of this book. At more than 1000 pages, it is perhaps one of the longest novels in English language, if not the longest. And the fact that in the Western media, in Europe and America, this book was keenly anticipated and very well received. So back in those days, newspapers and magazines carried reviews of the book. They carried interviews with Vikram Seth. Till that time, when this book came out, Vikram Seth was still a relatively young writer. He was around 40 years of age, and till that time, his reputation was that of a poet and a travelogue writer. And he had written one novel in verse, which was The Golden Gate, which was very well received. So this book, I think he took about like almost 10 years to write the book. A lot of research had gone into the book. So the original idea that Vikram Seth had, which he mentioned in the interviews, was he wanted to write a book about India after independence. So his original idea was that he will write a book which will have a story spanning about 35 years. He wanted to set a novel in India, which is post-independent India, 1947-48, and he wanted to bring the story up to early 80s. But as he got deeper into research and as he started writing, his process of writing is that which is probably true of a lot of writers, he had an outline in mind and he started writing. So the book is about a girl, Lata. She's 18-year-old, and her mother, Rupa Mehra. She is a widow. She's looking for a suitable boy for her daughter. So that's the very simple premise. And don't worry, there are no spoilers in this review. This book is not so much plot driven. It is more of a character driven novel. So you will find yourself getting immersed in the book, relating to the characters, feeling for them, rooting for them. But by way of plot, there is not much happening. So it's not that novel which is driven a lot by the plot. Vikram Seth was inspired by English classical writers like Jane Austen, like Charles Dickens, and he himself admitted that he admired the book Vanity Fair by William Makepeace Thackeray, which again is a very long novel. And the good thing about the book is that it does not have any literary flourishes. So anyone who knows English can easily read it and enjoy it. Yes, it's a thick book. It's a very immersive book. It is more in the nature of Russian writers like Tolstoy and Dostoevsky. Sprawling narrative, a lot of background information. So coming back to the book, when Vikram Seth started writing the book after doing a lot of research, he found that the characters immersed him so much, the characters interested him so much that eventually the novel came out. It covered only 18-month period from 1950 to 1951 end. And in the book you will find a very richly textured picture and portrait of India of that time. From all the issues of that time are woven into the narrative. So whether it was land acquisition, abolition of zamindari, Hindu-Muslim strife, the feudal order giving way to the modern times, princely states, Tawayafs, which were a very integral part of Indian social fabric at that time around independence. In fact, now that people have seen Hira Mandi, you will find a track, a Tawayaf's track, very interesting and enriching because it is richly textured, it's very detailed, and that's a subplot in itself. And by the way, the BBC did a adaptation of the book, which was not very good. I mean, just 6 episodes, and it really did not do justice to the book. You can watch it, but really, I mean, you can watch it, but then you can read the book, and you can enjoy the book more. So coming back to the book, the story is very simple. Mrs. Mehra is looking for a suitable boy for her daughter Lata. And the story is set in the present day Uttar Pradesh, and it also travels for some time to Calcutta, and there are some references to Delhi. And the fictionalized town, I mean the state, fictionalized state is actually Uttar Pradesh. So there are references to Allahabad and Lucknow, which any reader can figure out if you're an Indian. I will not give you the ending because it's very simple. I mean, really, you need to read the book and figure out because eventually Lata gets married to one guy. So there are 3 suitors, and each has a different background. And I would let you read the book and decide for yourself and enjoy the book. So the book came out in '93. I read the book in '97. Again, pre-internet days. So I am actually doing this review from my memory, and I still remember the details of the book, and I'm reading it again. So everything came back to me when I started reading the book again. The book opens with the marriage of Lata's elder sister to the son of a local minister, and that is where the story starts. Lata has got one brother who is married to a Bengali girl, and Lata's mother keeps remembering her husband who used to work in Indian Railways. So it's actually a very beautiful, richly textured portrait of India of that time. And Vikram Seth jokingly mentioned that his original vision of 35 years of Indian history shown in a novel did not really happen. It only was like 18 months. But it's a book that you should read. I recommend that you read. It's something which is very enriching. And really, no summary can do justice to the book. And if you can't read it, it's fine. But you have to read the original book. Don't depend on the web series or a summary of the book. And it will be rewarding read for anyone, whether you are an Indian or whether you are not from India. You will enjoy reading the book. And now, currently, last 10 years, Vikram Seth is working on a sequel which will bring the story from 1951 to 2015. And the book is called A Suitable Girl. And he says that the book should have come out in 2018, but he still is working on it because he's not able to write a climax which he's satisfied with. And interestingly, he's also mentioned in the interviews that he has written novellas which are companion to the book. So the book is called A Suitable Girl, and then there are smaller novellas which talk about certain characters, which go deeper into certain historical incidents that happened in the Indian history. So we are all waiting for the book. I'm a Vikram Seth fan, and really I keep recommending to everyone that you should read Vikram Seth. I'll be probably doing more reviews of his other books. I love Two Lives. I think it's a great book, but I will do that review the next time or sometime soon. So thank you for watching my channel, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments, it will be great. So thank you again very much.